miss that, Lori.
Oh my goodness. I'll take that off. I'm gonna sit on the other side in the shade. It's too hot out here on this side. So I decided this morning would be a good time to bring Clyde out. Or Cody, whatever you want to call him. He's supposed to be a gentle mule. He don't trust me yet. He thinks I'm going to hurt him, or he acts like I'm going to hurt him. I'm not going to do the same thing I did with Bonnie. I'm just going to climb on him and we're going to go. You know, this is the Saturday after the 4th of July. The 4th of July was on Thursday, and we had a get-together at my house. We invited family over. My mom couldn't make it. She's hurt her back. She's 89 years old, so she had to stay home. But my dad came, and then my niece and her husband and their baby. Of course, my wife was there and everything. We had hot dogs and hamburgers and watermelon, traditional, you know. And typically of my dad, he's 90 years old. He got there early. So my dad's sitting there, and he doesn't know anything about the internet. He doesn't know anything about YouTube or Netflix or any of those. And so we sat down in the chairs. I turned on the TV, and I asked him, I said, what do you want to watch? Anything you want to watch. Old Western, whatever you want to watch. I think I can find something that'll suit you. He couldn't think, and I put it on YouTube, and I was kind of thumbing through YouTube because sometimes you can find some old gun smokes or something like that, rawhide, you know, wagon train, whatever, on YouTube. And I came across that, it's like a documentary film called Unbranded.
Good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from bad judgment.
I'm not ready to buy a house and get married and have kids yet. You know, I want to have fun and do some crazy adventure like this.
Yeah! Oh God, send me no.
Things are going to go wrong.
I'm planning on bringing him out.
When I have a down day, do whatever the hell I want.
Well, you can do a lot of things, but you can't do this. And this is for crazy people, really.
It's where a guy named Ben Masters and a bunch of his friends, they rode from Mexico to Canada. They went up through Arizona and up north. Anyway, I stopped and I clicked on. I hadn't watched it in a long time. I watched it when it first came out, and I clicked on it and started watching it, and my dad's watching it, and he doesn't hear very good, and he has hearing aids, but he still doesn't hear very good. It's like he told me one time. I said, Dad, I don't like to yell at you, but you don't hear anything I say. He said, well, you don't really have anything to say that I want to hear. But anyway, we got to watching, and he really, really enjoyed it. He was watching and everything, and he kept saying over and over again, he kept saying, oh, brings back memories. And because he used to pack, you know, him and his buddies, and like I said that in another video, you know, and that's kind of what got me started. And I used to hear, of course, I packed in with him a few times, not a whole lot, but a few times. And then I heard the stories of the old men that he packed with, you know, Shorty Page, Mort, Stewart, I can't remember all the names now, but all these old cowboy names. And then I had a little short video of him, you know, when they did pack into the wilderness. And anyway, these guys, it's a really good film. If you get a chance, I'll put a link to it down the bottom. Watch it. It's a really good film. They did a good job. They for the first part of the trip, they had a support vehicle because there's not much water in southern Arizona, so they wanted to do it right. And they did it all on Mustangs, on wild Mustangs. They captured these Mustangs and they broke them and trained them. They had some professional help. And anyway, it's a good story. And I was sitting there thinking while my dad, you know, sitting there saying memories, you know, and I'm thinking how much time I've been wasting just, I don't know why, I just got, Agnes and everything going. Jet Johnson got old, Jenny died, and then Agnes died. Just kind of left, kind of flat-footed, I guess. And so I finally found these mules, and Bonnie's doing good, and we're going to start working with Clyde. I don't need him to do much, carry a pack, and they say he's real gentle, and that if you're on another mule going, that he'll go with the other mule. So I can, my grandson, or even if my wife, I doubt she'll want to go, but even if she wants to go, I can let him ride Clyde. We'll see how gentle he is today. Anyway, I was thinking about that. Then I went and I pulled up some of my old videos. I ran into a buddy of mine at Tractor Supply one day, and this was in, I think, 2012 or 13. And he's a cowboy guy, and he likes to ride, and we got to talking. I said, man, he said something about going into the woods, because I was living in the mountains at that time. He said, man, I'd like to pack in and do this and that, and he has some pack equipment and everything. And now we got together and we said, all right, let's make a plan. The first year we left right out of my camp, and we rode, I don't know how many miles it was. We rode all the way around and came out. I forget how many miles it was. I think it was 3 nights. And we ended up at Doc Campbell's there in the Gila Wilderness. What we did is we went through the Aldo Leopold Wilderness, broke across and came out through the Gila and dropped down to Doc Campbell's. It's a little outpost or grocery store, hot springs and stuff there before the cliff dwellings. And then it was after that we planned the big trip. What we did, and I made another video of it, but I back then I didn't do a real good job of filming, and I didn't do a very good job of editing. But we started out, we had a friend of ours, or a friend of his especially, I knew the guy, that drove us all the way up to the other end of the wilderness, up to a place called Willow Creek. And we got there, it's a long drive, we got there that afternoon, we built a fire and everything, we sat there and camped. Got up, drank a little whiskey.
We're gonna make the dog. We're gonna make a dog whisperer trainer.
One thing you never want to do, ever, is give those dogs beef straps. Just don't ever fucking make that mistake.
Oh, really?
Just don't do it. She straps you when it's time for her to eat. Otherwise, you fucking make her feel lay down.
There we go.
Can't even tell we're being videoed.
Huh? Cheers.
Cheers.
I can lighten it up in post.
Man, that is a good cigar. And we did this in December, and we sat there and got all our pack outfit set up and packed out, and the friend left, and me and Juan took off, and we rode down into what they call the Middle Fork. Well, that might sink off on you. It's frozen. From Willow Creek, we're breaking down into the Middle Fork after being lost for a while.
Off and on, huh?
Off and on. And the first night we took some steaks, I think it was, and we cooked those, and we'd pack those steaks in the panniers with the pellets that we fed our mules or our horses. He packed 2 horses and I packed 2 mules. I had Jet Johnson, Agnes, and a mule I call Jenny. And I got those steaks out, and they were green. They were still in the plastic, but they'd turned green from the pellets. Having steaks tonight. Juan said if you cut the green off, it won't make you dead.
That's right.
It does look nasty. It's our first night's pack camp. First night in. We're down the Middle Fork. I think we did about 12 miles yesterday. Low last night was 14 degrees. Or not 14, it was 18. Low night before last at Willow Creek was 12. I slept pretty warm. I didn't have any problems. It's 23 degrees now. The sun's starting to come up. Moonbeam over there, the bay horse, he kind of got a stomach ache. And then Rooster, he looks like a blue roan horse to me. He got a stomach ache this morning, so mules are doing good. We let them graze for, oh shoot, I bet a couple hours last night. And there's lots of, you can see there's lots of grass in here. So that was good for them. And they ate their pellets. So another day we're going to try to make it to Jordan Hot Springs today. So that's it.
Fine, Joe. Sure, driving there?
Yes, sir.
We've done a fine job.
Anyway, we took off and went down and the trail was washed out down there, and we ended up in a really bad spot, and had to lead the mules down through there and the horses down through there. It was bad. It was kind of dangerous. The camera doesn't do it justice, but man, it was straight off on the side and washed out and everything. And
this is a good part of the trail too.
oh man, I hope it's like this all the way down.
Hey, it sounds scary, that water, doesn't it? Kind of made a slant there good
Yeah.
by hitting it.
Awful cat. Down. Watch out, Juan. He's going. I think old Agnes did about the best job, didn't she? Even better than the little black mule. I trust the little black mule. I've seen her do some amazing things. Oh, look at her back leg bleeding. Hear me untie Moonbeam?
Yes.
Man, I ain't going on that. That edge, all you have to do is take one step and I'd be history. Pay attention to what you're doing, Sarley. No, no, watch it, Lon. No, 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 watch it, Lon. Just go right, get to that other side somehow. Here, I'll give you Moonbeam. I'll grab, I got my mules tied up already, so. We finally got through there. Beautiful ride though. The Middle Fork's a beautiful canyon to ride through. Big bluffs and, you know, pillars on each side and the rivers running through there. It's a beautiful place. We got down there and we were looking for a place called Jordan Hot Springs. And we got down there and we couldn't find it and everything. We got tired. So we set up camp. And we thought, well, we must have missed it. It must have been, you know, up the river a ways, and we just rode past it. We got everything packed up and everything and tied down and rode about 15 yards down the river, and there it was, the hot springs. And that's what we wanted to do, is get in the hot springs. Did you wash your face?
Yeah. Yeah, like a $1 million. They're big, huh?
Yeah.
I remember you could swim in them. Big, huh?
We camped how far from this?
About a quarter mile.
If that far?
That far.
It was just right across the way.
I mean, crossed the river one time.
Yeah, we crossed. I'll be dang. Cool.
That's a lot more that's coming out. There's a lot more water right here than it does at the top where it's coming out, doesn't
It does, huh? It's supposed to be real good for your bones. Anyway, after that, we rode down. We went up Little Bear Canyon, which is a beautiful, beautiful canyon. How many times do you think we've crossed the river? 50 times? TJ, or Little Bear Canyon, TJ Corral, 1¼ miles. The Gila Visitor Center is 8 miles down the Middle Fork there. And the Meadows is 8. Well, it's either 18 or 8.5.
The meadow?
To the Meadows. It says Little Bear Canyon is subject to dangerous flash floods during rainy season.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a narrow sucker, isn't it? Man.
Pretty country out here, huh?
I know it. Dropped out there by TJ Corral. Went up the highway, had to ride up the side of the highway to Doc Campbell's, and we rented a little room that night. That was our third night, I think. Third or fourth night. Third night. Rented a little room there, which is really, really nice. This was our fifth night camp. Pretty rough. We threw 3-4 shoes, so we had to bug out to all the little outposts, Doc Campbell's, and get taken care of. So they had a room to rent, so that's what we did.
Hey, baby doll, how you doing this morning? Good, good. What's going on?
It was too hot. We both got hot staying inside. But it's nice to take a hot shower and have one of those. It's nice. Anyway, we're taking off for the second part today. And spent the night there. Kept our livestock there at Doc Campbell's with Becky Campbell.
They cleaned up that bell. Of course, that bell's been weighing up.
Not a lot of food value to it, was there?
I also got to make things from feeding horses. Look at old cat, he's tired. Look at him hanging out that lip.
Look at that, they even have kennels for the dogs. And then after that, we rode right out of there, rode up on top. We got a cheater back there. Where did we go? Oh, we went down. I remember we crossed, I think it was the East Fork River. This is the East Fork. And where did we spend the night? Oh, we had a dry camp that night. We had stashed there off of North Star Road. There on Diamond Creek, I think it was. We had drove up there like the week before and stashed a barrel with some more supplies in it. There's some elk back up there on that ridge and those trees. Easy, easy. Just barely, there they go, they're moving up now. This was where our stash was. Documenting it. Mainly feed for the mules and the horses. He rides some nice horses. And that's right, we got to there after dark. It is a long day. Our plan was the whole time to ride from Willow Creek, cut all the way across the Gila, then cut across the Aldo Leopold Wilderness, and come out at my place there on North Percha, which is in the Aldo Leopold, or in the what we call the Black Range. It's over there by Hillsborough, between Hillsborough and Kingston, and back to the north there, northwest. And that was our plan. But anyway, we dry camped, didn't have water for the mules or horses that night, and it got late, and we dry camped right there. And the next morning we rode up, and the weather got bad. I mean, big old black clouds came in, and I remember that frozen rain coming, just hitting on everything. And we just kept on riding. And to this day, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I think we got on the wrong trail. I think the trail was clean, but there was so much downfall timber on the trail we were taking. We ended up at the top of Diamond Peak. And I don't know what the elevation of Diamond Peak is, but it's way up there. And we got there after dark. And we set up. When we pack like that, we want to be fast and mobile. And we just set up a tarp. And so that's what I did, is we just strung up a tarp, not very high off the ground either. And we got our sleeping bags under there. And you know, the whole time we were there, it was cold. I mean, it was really cold. But that feeling of packing up every day and moving, you know, being nomadic, just keep moving through the country. I love that. I think that's what attracts me so much about it. A lot of guys pack, and they pack in a big old elaborate camp and set up, you know, wall tents and everything. And I've done some of that before too. But I think I like the thought of being light and mobile. And, you know, kind of a compromise, because when you pack with a mule, you can carry a lot of heavier stuff. You know, you can pack some luxuries that if you're backpacking, you don't really want to carry that stuff on your back. But you still need to be careful. You need to watch your weight, you know, what you can pull. And in the summertime, it's not near as bad because you don't have to carry a bunch of heavy, you know, stuff to keep you warm, and you don't have to carry, if you've had some rain up in the country, you carry a little bit of oats or pellets, and then there's a lot, you can hobble your livestock at night or in the evening, and let them graze, you know. If you can find some good grass, let them graze. They can get plenty of feed that way. And, you know, and then the compromise between what luxuries you can live. Wait a minute, that's for another video. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to make that video about gear, what I use and what I think about using, what I don't use, maybe before I go on a trip, what I'm taking, and then after I get back from the trip, what I think was unnecessary. Just an idea. But anyway, me and my buddy woke up that morning on Diamond Peak, and we were cold. I mean, it was cold. Cold, cold, cold this morning. Didn't get into camp until, I don't know, about 30 minutes before dark. It rained on us all day. Didn't get much video yesterday. Just that my battery went out in my Garmin. You can see. Rained on us, froze everything solid. We got wet. Well, we got soaked, really. that we strung up this tarp. Ended up sleeping pretty good, really. But it's going to be a pain getting everything packed up this morning. Pepper, come here. Anyway, this is our 7th day. Last night was our 6th night. We couldn't find the trail down. They'd only worked the trail up to here, and because of the burn scar, logs just across the CDT trail, you know, you just can't get through. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do, where we're gonna go. And the lash rope is what you use to tie your packs down. And if you put a top pack, you throw a box hitch or your diamond hitch on top. You could hold it like a board. It got so wet and then froze so hard it would just stick out straight. And then our mani tarps were like frozen with ice and everything. There was no snow on the ground. There was a heavy frost. But I never will forget that sun coming up. And we were like a couple big old lizards, man. We climbed out on those rocks and laid on those rocks. And at that time, I carried a satellite phone. We didn't have the Garmin messengers or anything, and I had a satellite phone. We both decided, said, you know, we're not that far from the North Star Road, which was on my last video. I'll put a link right here. And he said, I'll call my son, and he'll come pick me up or pick us up on that North Star Road. We'll only have a few-hour drive. And so we rode out, got down to North Star Road. What kind of trees do you think those are, Juan? Yeah. A fir? Yeah, maybe a fir. They came and picked us up that night. I think it was his son. Maybe it was the guy who works with him. But anyway, I sitting there listening to my dad talk about memories and thinking, you know, I'm finally in a position where I can go do some of that stuff that I love to do. And I don't want to waste any more time. I want to start doing it. And I'll film it. Bring you guys along with me. I enjoy filming. I enjoy trying to share the views and what you go through and the adventure of it. And so there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm fixing to get on old Clyde over there. I'll set up the camera. If he bucks, maybe we'll have a viral video if he throws me off. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Here we go. Onward and upward. I think his mane's going to have to be roached. Oh. Not too bad. Need to adjust the cinch a little bit, tighten him up, ride him out, see how he does. He just don't trust me a whole lot. Not bad. He walks out pretty good. He's kind of watchy of me still. He don't trust me. I don't blame him. But really, he's not bad. That typical mule. They always got their own ideas about where they want to go. Like he always is listening to the right, listening to the right. Just got to keep, you know, why you can't just point them in one direction. Them say, yeah, here's a little cow trail. Let's see if he'll just stay on a trail. Maybe if he has something to follow, he'll be all right. So here's a little cow trail. Better, lots better. It is hot today, boys. I think I did good. He might not be Bonnie, $50,000 mule, but he's not a bad mule. Not at all. So far. We might get up here and he throw a wall-eyed fit or refuse to go or lock up. All those things a mule can do. We'll see. Oh, he stops good. Oh, that's an important thing. Let's go back to the trailer, buddy. Next time we go, I'm going to be on Bonnie, and he's going to have a pack on him. We're going to see how he packs and how he follows Bonnie. They say he is best when he is following another mule, but I sure have rode a lot worse mules. I mean, he's all right. He'll work. Till next time, onward and upward. It was a good day. It was a hot day. It was a good day.